Oh, I did get Cyberfrog Dark Harvest the other day, guys. I went through it.
So that was a big thing, right, Dave? The Dark Harvest that's been years in the making has finally been delivered, right?
Yeah. Would you like to know what's in this book, Mark?
I hope it's really big and really amazing.
We waited years for this, right? Like, because it was going to like 42 pages or something.
Right. It's a folder. It's not a book.
It's really nice looking art. It looks like the Golden Nigga art that I might be seeing.
Of course, Cynic is gone now. His brain is gone. There's 100 pages in there, right?
We flip in, and this is like page 3 and 4. There's a Cyberfrog and some Jerry Curl chick saying "Save me." All right, awesome. Like,
I assume that's the little girl. Lily,
beautiful art. And then we have a bunch of stuff going on. It says Cyberfrog Dark Harvest.
That neither Dave and I can see because it's so busy.
Like
I can't see what's in there.
This is like the pictures in the mall in the 80s when you say, I don't see shit, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? There's a goddamn flamingo in that picture. What are you talking about?
So there's 70 more pages of this, right, Dave? 70 more pages.
Yeah. So we get to the next cover. Oh, we get into the book.
Okay.
Page 1, page 2.
Wait. Those are tiny little frames.
They're tiny, but they look nice. They're not overcrowded with word bubbles. Okay.
Yeah.
So not a whole lot of thought in the story. Just,
67 pages to go. Okay. Yep.
We're getting the point. And then we flip over and we still have the zebra skinned pants. We got Gandalf. And then we have
looks like Gary Beekler.
Right?
Yeah, actually. More yeah.
So then we have this. And then we get, 2 more pages. Wow. Like, it's rolling. It's nice.
Okay.
Great.
I hope EBS copyright strikes you.
I hope he does too.
Used.
It's still great. Like look at this. Look at this character here. Like, what the fuck is that? Zebra Pants is standing up to the big bad, I guess.
She has a nice butt, which is nice.
Nice tush.
Butt.
2 more pages of stuff. I don't know what it is. And then we get to part 2.
So part 2 is in this book, right?
Parts in the same book.
It's in the book, right, Dave? So you've got like 1,000 more pages of part 2.
We have so many more pages to go. We've got this. 4.
They took Lily. And it was Cyberfrog's fault that they took Lily, by the way. Dave and I have talked about that.
Right.
Cyberfrog.
6 pages. Oh,
he has ads for the next book. Yeah.
So Cyberfrog
3. Yep.
Coming soon. And we get back to the book. 8 pages of part 2. 10 pages of part 2. And then we get to more ads. Elephant and Cyberfrog. Frog meets World and Elephant. And book over.
There's nothing on the back page. Why isn't there anything?
That's just sad.
He should sell jewelry here right now.
Well, exactly. Eric July's wife's jewelry or something.
I'm just saying, dude, like this. I waited this long for this.
This is tiny. I was joking about, were there 40 or 50 pages, but
it's not even 10 pages of story. But you know what my wife did find me the other day, Mark? Because my wife loves me. She found me some amazing Spider-Man cards that are not even broken up yet.
No, that's cool as fuck.
That's fucking awesome, right? Look at that shit. That's how much my wife, loves me. So he brought me that, and I paid fucking whatever I paid for Cyberfrog.
The funny thing is, here is Dave, who's been, in this comic skate sphere for a little while, And he shows Dark
all.
Harvest. He shows Dark Harvest, and his highlight of his day is his wife bought him a wonderful Spider-Man thing today.
It's 60 pages worth of Ethan's ego, though. Yeah, but it's 20 pages worth of content. I didn't know there was a part 1 and part 2 of this fucking series in the same goddamn book.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, man? Like, come on, dude.
Fool me once, shame on me.
I got spidey senses, and they tell me Dave's wife loves him.
And that vibe too, Storm.
Well, that's true.
Fatty
she
says,
at least,
"I'll take a great
really
story
tolerates
and
it."
characters over hyper detailed art any day." Yeah, me and Mark talk about it every day, Fatty. When we're on, like, dude, just give me something I can read and see what's happening on the page. But I don't need to fucking get lost in the art and not know what's going on in the story. Like, it sucks.
Yeah, it's great. It's great if you want to study the art and you open up like an Ethan double-page spread and you pull out a magnifying glass.
Right.
Look at those hash marks there. Look at this. Look at that.
Look
That's
at the
fantastic.
fucking
That's
dots of
brilliant.
Cyberfrog.
But I'm from comic books back in 77, 78 or whatever, and there was Thor, and he had his hammer, and he was flying, and that's all there was on the page. I didn't have to look and say, well, wait a second. Below his left boob, is that some hash marks that some great artist did?
Yeah, but a Dwarf fan, it says, come on, Dave, plenty of books have parts in the same book. It's only a framing surface. Fine. That, whatever. But he told us this book was delayed because he made it bigger than what he originally planned. And
He actually gave a number, by the way. He
like
said how many
40
pages
something
there were.
pages, right? This is not 40 pages of comics. When I wait literally a year and a half for this campaign, and last January, his wife said, yeah, they'll be coming out in a week or two, and it's a year and a half later, that's a problem. Because Ethan kept telling us it got more and more. It didn't get more and more.
That
This
is
is a
really
fucking
thin,
comic.
Dave.
Okay, this is a comic you buy at the comic book store. I think I paid $25 or $30 for this.
When you first started showing that, Dave, I was saying that's a full. I said on the stream, that's a folder, right? Because I've seen books. Eric July's book at least has substance. It's like a quarter of an inch of heavy paper.
Right
It
on.
may be crap. It may be crap, but there's substance there.
And
This
most
is
of
not
Ethan's
substance.
books are much thicker than that.
Yeah,
I'm not
I have a bunch of Ethan's books
Right.
because I bought them all on eBay. They're thicker than a folder.
right, but I was just told we were delayed because they're making more content. That's all I'm saying. I'm sure when I read it, I'll like it.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Homath did more art in the past 3 weeks than this guy put out in 2 years.
It's
See?
nice that
Well,
it's nice
I
that he
totally remember
delivered.
that too. We were supposed to get more pages of story
Right,
content, and we
exactly.
didn't, dude. He's an arrogant child with autism. I can relate.
Perfect.
Well, and I get all of that, and it's sad. I honestly think he's a brilliant artist, but Dave and I have talked about the fact that his art is so complex that old men like us look at it and say, yeah, but where's Thor and where's his hammer? It's too much complexity that we have to pull out a magnifying glass and look at.
The thing with comic books is like the more realistic they start to look, the worse they are, because the closer you're trying to get to reality with your drawings on it, the less it is easy to make out what you're even looking at. The panels are very busy. I think this is an extremely big problem with modern, and it has been for like over a decade with modern comic books, is everything is like, it's detailed down to the last fucking thing, and it's so busy and I can't make out anything.
At that early age, I had no appreciation for what he was doing. I was like, what? big fat squiggly knees. Like, what? This is ridiculous, right? I was like, man, why can't he draw more like Neil Adams if you're gonna look at some of the old guys? But at that point, John Byrne and George Perez were sort of my go-to guys. And Jack Kirby was like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. And then as I got older, I understood that the brilliance of Jack Kirby wasn't his anatomy. It was his storytelling. And as I get older, storytelling is way more important than whether you can draw good, right? So I'd rather have somebody with great storytelling and mediocre drawing than somebody with great drawing and mediocre storytelling.
Cyberfrog is not a hero, people, okay? Think about his story arc here. So he arrives on the planet, he eats a bunch of chicken, and then the first time he goes to battle, he gets defeated. He spends 20 years, regenerating. He comes out, gets his ass kicked because the Vespas have gotten more powerful. Then, after he heals up, his girlfriend goes out to fight the Vespas, and his only job, your sole job, is to protect my little girl, Lily. And what does he do? He drifts off out there, and a woman from inside takes Lily and takes her away. This is not a hero, people. Cyberfrog is not a hero. He was eating chicken, he got defeated, he came back, brought danger to the people. Then, as the woman he loved walked away, guess what? He didn't protect her daughter.
Nope.
So where in this is the hero? Where is the Spider-Man moment? Where is the time we say, oh my God, I love this guy. He's amazing. No, Cyberfrog sucked.
BTM nerds, get down on the floor.